The marketing for Avengers Endgame is just absolutely on another level. It's like they know fans are going to be taking every single frame of everything they put out. And having done that for not just the Super Bowl teaser trailer, but the very first teaser trailer that we got, I gotta tell you guys, there's a lot of weird stuff in this footage. I think the Russo brothers might be f***ing with us. Stay up to date about the nerdy things that you care about. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next episode. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday to you. And yes, I am doing another video talking about how the promotion and teaser trailers for Avengers Endgame might be fake. It's kind of like a meme around here at this point, and I'll explain that later on. But if you hate this content and you think that these teaser trailers are true and man, it's just terrible of me to be making videos talking about how they could be fake, well, I got this cleared by executive producer for the Den of Nerds, Al Schuler, so you can blame him. Here's his Instagram, go blow him up. And I also want to shout out the notification squad and everybody that chimed in the comment section when we did the reaction/breakdown yesterday at the Super Bowl. I didn't ask a nerd card question, but you guys were dope, filling up the comment section with a ton of cool little things that you thought of, that you saw, possible things that you even heard. So thanks for making that video really cool to do. I will do a nerd card question at the end of this video. Now, before we get into breaking down all the weirdness that is in this Super Bowl spot, I do want to kind of clarify what I mean by this trailer being fake. What I really mean is that the surface level story that is being depicted in these teaser trailers might not actually be in the film. It is also possible that these things do happen, but they take up a fraction of the time of the movie. I kind of think that we might be getting a 5-minute long sort of montage where we follow Captain America literally from Wakanda to about 6 months after the decimation. And the reason I think this is because there's a lot of evidence that shows different passing of time in these teaser trailers. And I think this could be them just vignetting past different events and sort of taking that time period and having it on screen for only about 5 minutes. And if the trailers are focusing on that 5 minutes and maybe making it seem like we'll spend 20 minutes to a half hour with this grounded, story with Cap, dealing with what went on in the snap and how the world has changed and sort of giving up and then saying, no, screw that, I'm not giving up. I don't think that's gonna be the thing. I think it's gonna be a very short fraction of time. So the trailers are sort of pointing to that as being a big chunk of the movie, and I don't think it's gonna be a big chunk of the movie. And also I should say that, when I saw the first teaser trailer, I thought, man, that stuff's just not gonna be in the movie at all. And now they're really doubling down on it with the spot of the Super Bowl trailer. So odds are this is legit, this stuff is going on in the movie, but there's still a ton of weird stuff that we gotta talk about. Now, because I'm sure you've watched a ton of breakdowns and different videos like this, we're gonna change it up and we're gonna start from the end of the teaser spot and work our way back. This shot here, man, this shot was so confusing to me for a number of different reasons. I'm almost certain that all of these silhouettes of the characters walking is put into there in CGI. I mean, first of all, nobody walks like this. Second of all, it looks like Thor and Captain America are the exact same height while walking, and that's just weird. I mean, Chris Hemsworth is way taller than Chris Evans. Also, this shot is a mirrored shot of what we get in the very first teaser trailer, except there are a few key differences. The first difference is in the background. The background has been cleared up in the Super Bowl spot, and then there's this weird stadium-looking part of the Avengers facility. And we see this stadium thing again in the Super Bowl teaser trailer, and I just don't know if this is part of the actual Avengers facility. It looks like a different facility, or perhaps a part of the facility that we've never seen before in footage. Either way, hella weird that we get one version of this shot where it is slightly a different time, the sun is in a different spot, and then we get the reverse of that shot with the Avengers lined up in the next teaser trailer. Just weird, just weird. Now this shot here is seemingly Cap shaking from some sort of trauma and then tightening up the shield again. And the big thing online and everybody was talking about was like, yo, Captain America's got the shield back, which is very dope. But honestly, the shot doesn't really show us anything. I mean, first of all, maybe this isn't even Cap. I think it could even be Bucky, and they could have CGI'd in the hand here. I mean, I did a deep dive on the gloves. Yeah, I deep dove on gloves. It's what you gotta do. And these gloves here could either be Captain America's or the Winter Soldier's. They both have very similar gloves, but the Winter Soldier's gloves are actually a little bit shorter. And from what I can see in this shot, I tend to believe that this could actually be Bucky tightening up the shield for the very first time after Captain America has died, perhaps sacrificed himself, and Bucky now knows, like, oh my God, he's got to take up the mantle. Like, there's no choice. There's nothing to talk about. He's got to pick up the shield and be Captain America in that moment. And in that case, they would have CGI'd the metal parts of the hand to make them look like a regular hand. And the shot is so quick that, like, that wouldn't be that difficult to do. When it comes to this Ronin shot, I got nothing. I have no idea where this could be. His hair does look a bit longer than what we see when he first takes off the hood and Natasha finds him. It's just another, like, confusing aspect of this film. I mean, it's the hair. The hair is really what's driving everybody crazy online. Next, I want to go over this shot with Ant-Man and War Machine putting on their masks. I mean, this shot just confuses me as far as where does it fall in the timeline of events. You know, it's obviously after Scott Lang shows up to the Avengers facility. He's in his gear, so is War Machine. They're inside an office, so why would they be inside geared up? And it looks like they're looking at something to the right of the screen, to the left of them as characters, and this thing or whatever is threatening, and so then they suit up. This could be perhaps, you know, introducing Captain Marvel to the whole team, and they don't trust her and they want to suit up because they obviously know she's powerful and potentially a threat. Or the background of this is completely CGI'd and they're actually not in an office. They could be outside or perhaps about to go into the quantum realm. We next go backwards and see the shots of Black Widow in the firing range. Note that she has the longer hair, and when we see her in just a second, she's gonna have the shorter hair again. So it's like confusing. This is obviously a far bit away from when the snap occurred, and so, you know, just a little weird and confusing. We see Rocket now in new clothes, but seemingly in Wakanda. Again, like, how does this make sense? If it's right after the snap and he's chilling in Wakanda, how does he have new clothes? Like, why wouldn't he just be wearing what he was wearing before? If this is a long time after the snap, where's he at? Why is he on Earth if he's on Earth? Like, what's up with the fishing thing in the background there, the fishing cage? None of it makes sense. And then we get this shot. This is where they're all walking out of this stadium facility again, looking up into the air. And this is probably the weirdest shot in the trailer. First of all, you have Captain America with longer hair, like much longer hair than at the beginning of the trailer when he's at the support group. But Natasha has her shorter hair, like much shorter than when we see her later in the trailer shooting the pistol, and also in the silhouette. She has the long hair for both of those. Also, as I've already talked about, like, what the hell's up with this stadium thing? Like, have I just missed that? Is that actually a part of the Avengers facility? Or is this a different Avengers facility? What's going on? There's also clearly spots where there's other characters here that have probably been CGI'd out. Maybe Iron Man, maybe Ant-Man, but like, why would they hide Ant-Man? You know, perhaps they're hiding Professor Hulk. Either way, they're hiding something. Then we get the shots of Nebula and Tony building on probably the Benatar, but again, the timing here is really weird. Like, is this them before Tony gives up and records the message to Pepper? Is this them after he records the message to Pepper and then Nebula brings something to his attention and Tony's like, oh crap, we can get out of this? You know, just weird. I don't know where it ties in. It was badass when I first watched it. Upon thinking about it more, I'm like, what? Then we've got Cap in the shot of this poster. What do you do after they're gone? Now, on the surface level, this is a support group for people that are dealing with the decimation. But it's like, if this is the short hair, if this is Cap, right after the snap, you know, A, why is he in civilian clothes? Is he just going out to see what's going on? Perhaps this is a support meeting for just veterans or families of veterans, and Cap's just going to see if there's people there. Whatever happens here, it looks like he's super pissed and frustrated here, but this is short hair Cap. Where does this take place in the timeline? We then have these shots of New York after the decimation, all of these boats nearing Liberty Island, just the devastation in the stadium that's completely empty. And you have to ask yourself, where does this fall in the timeline? Because if all those boats are going around the Liberty Island, you know, I highly doubt that was right after the snap. Like, I highly doubt that all the boats out there decided to go to the Liberty Island. It feels like there's a bunch of people maybe seeking refuge there, but that sort of became a thing that took time. Like, it took time and people are there setting up some kind of a base now, but that would imply a passing of time by probably a couple of months. I say all of that to come around to this idea that what is being presented as the plot of the movie in these teaser trailers does not perfectly line up with even the footage that is within these teaser trailers. The main idea is that if you believe that we're going to spend 20 minutes to a half hour just grounded with these Avengers as we watch what takes place for like 6 months after the snap, I just don't believe that. I think that this stuff is going to happen very rapidly in the film, and we're going to sort of get to some crazy stuff right away. The marketing is brilliant because it is just presenting this little story with just the most minuscule amount of footage to set you up to believe that, holy crap, it's Cap getting the band back together again, coming up with something. The world is devastated. It's been a long time since the snap. Tony's trapped out in space. That's what's going to be happening for a long time, and then we'll get to something crazy. And then the thing is, I'd honestly love for them to stay grounded and do that for a long time in the film and then kind of rapidly get to what they need to get to, but they just really have a lot to get to. So I feel like these teaser trailers are implying we're gonna spend a lot of time there. We're gonna move pretty quick once we get into Endgame, in my opinion. And I know in all likelihood, both of these teaser trailers are real. This is actually stuff that's going on in the film, and there is some editing together just to sort of mislead or create a different story thread than what we're gonna get. But ultimately, this stuff will probably happen in the film and we'll spend time in it. But I did the video after the first trailer saying that it was fake because it rubbed me the wrong way, man. It was weird. And if I have to be that one outlier channel that's like, yo, I think this trailer's fake, here's all the inconsistencies, I'm at least skeptical, then that's fine. I'm gonna be that guy. So that's where we're at, and that's kind of why it's a meme at this point, because I keep doing these videos after the trailer. What do you think about this teaser trailer? You think it's legit? You think it's 100% real? What do you think about some of the inconsistencies that I brought up in this video? Do you have an explanation for that? I'd love to hear what you're thinking. All right, let's check that nerd card before we get out of here. I want to know what villain from the Captain America movies has been confirmed to show up in Avengers Endgame. Likely to be a flashback, but still this character is showing up for sure. What character is it? Answer that question in the comment section below. Guys, we're doing another fan chat later today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna go live, just hang out with you guys. Come check it out on the channel, do some chatting, ask me some questions, just hang out with a bunch of nerds as we geek out about how crazy that Avengers spot was. It was pretty hype. Also want to talk about the Captain Marvel spot. I thought it was pretty sick, and I get more excited for Captain Marvel with every bit of promotion, so I want to talk about that as well. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.